Welcome back to Digi Bros,
Welcome
everybody.
back, Crack-a-lack.
Do you want to bring up another topic?
It's your
or
turn.
should
I did the last
Okay.
one.
Alright. The problem of communicating with anime fans is
Oh,
what I have
God.
written down. You've probably experienced this. We've touched on this in another video before. But, every anime fan has different context. They don't come from the same place as you. I have comments on my me and you were talking about this the other day. I was explaining this. Like, I have comments that I get on my videos that'll be like, for instance, on the do-da-da-da video, someone commented, I didn't think anybody else liked this show.
Yeah.
Or I didn't think anybody else knew about this show. Do-da-da-da is in the, according to my anime list, it's in like the top 20 most popular shows ever.
Yes.
It's huge. It was massively successful.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a it's gonna have 4 seasons by the time it's over. It's technically season 2 is split into 3 parts, whatever the fuck that means.
Whoa.
4 seasons, you know. Really big show. Guy thought no one had ever heard of it. That's just a basic element. Everyone understands anime so differently. I get so many comments on why good anime is hard to make, where I said that most anime was for kids and little boys, and I showed a picture of One Piece. And I get so many people going, anime's not for kids! You don't know anything! Most anime is for kids. It just doesn't come out in the outside of Japan. Because the people who watch anime outside Japan aren't kids.
Yes.
They're high schoolers and college students, like almost exclusively, you know, or people who've been watching it since high school or college. Like,
yeah,
they don't get it because like kids shows. It makes sense to just like we have our own. First of all, we make tons of cartoons in America for kids, and when we make Japanese ones in America, it's usually collectathon type shit, like a Bakugan or something, you know.
Yeah.
We don't translate the stuff that wouldn't really make sense to American audiences or would be slow or boring or like all the dumb weird shit, you know.
Yeah.
Go to my anime list and click on anime and then click on seasonal. It'll show you a list of everything that's airing this season, everything that's on TV right now. And if you scroll to the bottom, you'll find like 12 shows you've never heard of that have no subs, that are that are just bullshit, just complete bullshit. Yes. You know, they're all kids shows. They're all weird. They all have weird art. None of them look like shows you'd ever watch.
Very
they don't
lazy.
look like anime.
Yeah.
You know, that's what when people see anime in Japan, you know, that's what most of them are seeing. They know that the other shit exists, but that's the otaku shit. That's the 2 a.m. at Saturday night shit. You know, like. This drives me insane. You've surely had experiences like this.
Of course.
Not
as much anymore.
Tell me a story.
You know, I don't interact with other anime fans at all anymore, so...
You ever have that time where you're like, oh,
I'm sure I have.
I watch anime. Do you watch anime? Yeah.
No,
Tokyo Ghoul.
I completely hate that. In all nerds and everything, everywhere, where I hear these conversations, which I guess I'll hear these in college and I'll heard them a lot in high school, hear them at conventions, where you find this person, this magic person who knows the one obscure thing that you know, and it's just like, no, everyone's seen that. Everyone fucking knows. Like it's like they've never met another anime fan in their life, and this is their awakening. Which I understand maybe some people haven't done that, but then for me on the sideline of viewing that, I'm just like, oh my god, like this... I could really not give a shit that you've seen the show that I've seen, because it does not surprise me at all.
If a show has been released dubbed, it's fairly popular.
Yeah.
If a show has been released on television on Adult Swim, everyone knows about it.
Yeah.
Like, that's my perspective. You know, if it's on the level that it's aired on television in the US, then compared to the shit I like, everyone's heard of.
Yes.
You know?
It's like the only stuff that would surprise me is like Hajime no Ippo. There's been a couple times where someone's known that I've been like,
you know,
awesome.
Hajime
like,
no
who
Ippo
are you?
Has gotten bigger than I thought.
Probably has, because it's had, 2 more seasons.
Right,
you know?
and people talk about it a lot. I on my anime list, I think the first season had like close to 100,000 lists.
Wow.
And, like, that's not bad. That's usually a pretty popular show. King of Bandits Jing is on 3,000 lists.
Wow.
3,000. That show was dubbed and released. Now, mind you, I think probably more people have seen it and don't remember it. You know, there's probably, like, when it comes to older anime, I always feel like the numbers are skewed low because people don't remember having watched it. But yeah, 3,000 people have King of Bandits Jing on their list. You know, no one's seen it. So if I met someone who knew Jing, you know, and I know that no one's seen it because I tweeted about the Cure Royale and no one liked it or favorited it.
That was sad.
No one knew what I was talking about, and I was like, okay, clearly Jing is not popular. You know? Like, that's when it gets to the level where if someone makes a Jing reference, I get excited. Because no one else is making Jing references, you know? If someone's made fan art of your favorite thing and that has appeared on Tumblr, why are you excited?
Exactly.
You know, like... And I mean, there was a time, some stuff gets more popular over time. There was a time when if someone made a Revolutionary Girl Utena reference, I would have been excited.
Yeah.
You know, there was a time when I saw an Anthe cosplayer at Otakon for the first time and I went, oh my fucking god, Anthe cosplay, you know.
Yeah.
But over time, Utena got bigger through, like, Tumblr culture because it's associated with Magical Girls and Sailor Moon and, like, people draw a lot of fan art at it. And now, I go to Otakon and in the Artist Alley, everyone has an Utena picture.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's cool. I'm excited for it. But now it's no longer the show that if someone made an Utena reference, I'd go, oh my god, you know Utena, you know? Utena! Utena! Utena!
Utena!
What the fuck are these?
It didn't even realize to me that we were doing something weird.
Utena!
I did not even think about...
I was thinking about how funny the way I pronounce Utena is.
Ah,
it's,
fuck.
It's Utena. The show is Utena.
We've always called it Utena.
It just... I pronounce everything weird. As soon as I make an Utena video, people are gonna go, oh, it's Utena!
Oh god, don't even.
Revolutionary Girl Utena.
Utena!
Utena.
Ooh!
But, like, now it'd be like, looking at my posters on my wall, Alien 9. Sometimes people recognize that Alien 9 poster and go, whoa, Alien 9? And I'm like, yeah, I know, right? Can you believe I found that on a poster? Like,
No,
yeah. I feel like I lost track of my point. Anime fans all have different perspectives.
They all suck.
I kind of want to make a video just offering perspective to anime fans. Like, just explaining in general, like, what anime is and, like, what it's like in Japan. Like, this is what it means to people. Like, here's what a popular show looks like. Here's what a show that people in Japan would know about looks like.
Yeah.
You know, here's what an unpopular show looks like. Like, if you think Do-Da-Da-Da is an unpopular show, you might not understand what an unpopular show is, you know? Like,
Shit.
if you think being less popular than Attack on Titan and Naruto means it's not popular, then you have a very skewed perception of what a popular show is.
Yeah.
You know? But, like, to some people, anime is 10 shows.
Yes.
To some people, anime is the shows that are on Netflix.
That,
you know?
was something amazing to me the other day where Shade was talking about his anime list, and then he said he made his girlfriend make an anime list.
Yeah.
And, like, Shade had told me before that she's really into anime. So I was expecting, like, oh, she's gonna have, like, more than Shade, you know?
No, she
and then
has
it's like,
nothing.
she has, like, nothing. And it's like, this is someone who thinks of themselves as an anime fan and is, like, really into it, but they
Right.
barely watch anything. And, like, she totally didn't know that Shade was gonna have, like, way more than her.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow.
Literally 8 or 9 times more
Yeah.
than her.
And I'm
think
like, I
she-
even think of myself as casual, and I've seen, 287
You are
or
no
something.
fucking casual. You're no fucking... You have 90 days of anime watched. You are no
Yes.
fucking casual. That's why when, like I said, when that guy asked, like, does Victor watch a lot of anime? I was like, absolutely.
I was
Victor
just kind of
watches
like,
a ton
not
of
really.
anime.
Like, I just always assume that anyone who's into anime is, like, legit fucking, balls deep.
Well, Victor, here's an easy measuring stick. Your bars were all blue.
Yes.
They were all dark blue. Those bars are in comparison to the other people on the website.
Yeah.
So if your bar is all dark blue, that means it takes an average from people. It's not like a set number, like, oh, if you watch this much, it'll turn blue.
I see.
It's comparing you to everyone else. So if you have a dark blue bar, that means you have seen way more anime than most people. You know, I have dark blue. I don't even have a dark blue bar on time because most people watch longer shows.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I mean, it is dark blue, but it's not completely full. But like, we've all got dark blue bars on most of our shit.
Yeah.
You know, me, you, and Shade are big anime fans, like unequivocally.
This, I assume there were a lot more, and yeah, especially when people are like in depth about it in the communities and all that shit, and it's just like, I don't know.
I've been in plenty of anime communities where I'm like in a forum and a guy has seen 10 shows and he's in an anime forum.
Yeah.
And like he just
I've never been all about that, so it's like
Right.
I don't know what those people are like.
no. The only people like the people who I see, because you know, like anything I've seen, I know people who've seen it,
Yeah.
but I probably know the people who have seen it. You know, like, because when I was on the Mega Tokyo forums, like most of the people on there were really knowledgeable, and that's how I got into like anime blogging and how I got into like like watching stuff in Japanese.
Yeah.
And then like exploring other communities, none of them were ever as knowledgeable as the Mega Tokyo forum, because
Yeah.
like the people who led it, like Omoe Kane, who's like a really, like, he knows everything. He's been an anime fan for probably close to 30 years, and he constantly goes to cons, knows a lot about Japanese, you know, producers
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like, you know, that's the person in charge of this community, and you know, so a lot more knowledge was going around there in general. Whereas if I went to bigger anime forums, they usually didn't know as much. And there's always people to whom most anime is mysterious. You
Yeah.
know, like they are vaguely aware of how much is out there, but they haven't seen much or they don't know a lot
Yeah.
about it. Whereas to me, anime is not there is no mystery anymore.
Yes.
You know, like the only mysteries to me are when I start watching like late 80s, early 90s OVAs
Yeah.
and shit. Like,
Like
which is
the
why I
history
do
of
that.
it.
Like, that's why I was so into that 1991 project, because I had seen almost nothing from 1991, you
Yeah.
know? So all of it was, like, interesting and new. Like, oh, what's this show? I've never seen this show before. Or, like, why I'm doing the Takahata group watch thing on Twitter, where it's, like, watching all the films of Isao Takahata. I've never seen, like, any of them, you know? So every single time it's like, oh man, this is the origin of anime movies, you know, like, whoa, this is fascinating.
You can't draw on them.
But yeah, like everyone has different context, and like it's funny because I feel like I'm a lot more well-rounded than almost any other anime fans, because like a lot of the people I know who do know like deeper knowledge than me
Yeah.
only care about deeper stuff. You know,
Yeah.
like the guys who really know animation, who know like every animator and everything they work on, oftentimes only watch stuff that has like sakuga in it. Like they
Yeah.
only watch stuff if it has, or like they hear that a certain animator worked on an episode of the show, and so they'll go watch that episode, or they'll go watch the
That's
show for
funny.
that episode. You know, like Monster Musume, which just aired. Like the last episode, like they pulled out all the stops and had all the sakuga. Like even
Yeah.
I was like, because I dropped the show after 4 episodes, but after I saw some of the clips, I was like, maybe I'll watch the last episode just for the sakuga. You know, like. That's there's fans like that, and then there's people like who know all the classic shows, but they don't know anything that's on TV right now.
Yeah.
You know, they know every 80s mecha anime, but they don't give a shit about what's on TV right now. You know, whereas I'm like, I want to know everything because I like every genre. So there's never a time and place where I'm just like everything's shit. You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, well that was that topic. Now it's your turn, I guess. If you have
Hold on, I'm missing a key here.
do you have my tea near you? My throat's
Yeah.
starting to hurt.
I don't know where I missed a key, but I need to get into this door. So I guess I need to get the boss key. I thought I already had the boss key. Never mind. Fuck yeah. Okay. Are you ready to fight the final boss?
Maybe?
I guess I'll bring up a final boss topic.
I can't believe we're at the end, and we're almost done with our topic lists. Or at least I am.
Yeah, I mean, I have 2 more topics. So I'll bring up a big one that I really think you will be able to say more about, or that I want you to talk about, so I
There's
can
only 5 minutes left
give
of this
contrasting.
episode.
Well, never mind. I won't bring up that one.
Let's
The
say smaller
Wawa door thing.
Oh yeah!
So, I have been going on about this with Hope a lot, like going around with her, and like, because I'm always talking about like social structures and like.
I love how you, like, even though you weren't gonna bring up this topic, you were really ready for it.
Yes, but there's a lot of things with like culture and mannerisms and like subconscious attitudes programming and things that are polite in society that you don't necessarily think about,
right.
But then some people probably are thinking about it, where obviously I think about these things when I interact with stuff. But at Wawa, there are always two sets of doors.
Yes.
There's a first set of doors and a second set of doors. And so it becomes really complicated when you're trying to hold the door for someone, because they will be going like in this weird way, and then like you'll get trapped in between the two doors, and so you can only hold one door, and then like, you know, you hold a door for someone, but then they have to hold the door for you in the next one, and then there's always like a weird way of like people opening doors, and so there's this whole structure I've determined of like opening and closing doors at Wawa that is amazing to me. And I think there's like a whole psychology behind the door opening thing, where it's like certain people appreciate it a lot, certain people just expect you to do it without any gratitude, and then there's stuff where it's like if you ever encounter a guy with his girlfriend, the guy will always open the door for you and then let you and his girlfriend through. And then
I have noticed.
There's an also structure where it's like, if I open the door for Hope, and then a couple is coming in behind us, then the guy of that couple will take the door from me and let me go. Because he has to be the biggest man with his girlfriend. It has to let, you know, everyone pass while he holds the door.
None of this applies
even
to me
though
at all.
I held the door first. And there's also, when you're with the second person and you don't want to be split up from them, but then you end up trapped holding the door, you're kind of expected to let the other person go through, and then you have to hold the door for everyone unless the other guy with his date holds the door for you. And there's like all this, there's so much about it, and there's so much like one-upping, and I think there's a lot of like masculine undertones and structures to it that is fascinating to me over holding the door.
Victor, I am rude.
Yes, you are.
I am in general in public.
Because I am a person who will always hold the door for everyone, because like I just think to do it. Like I just always do it.
Let everyone else out of the elevator before you get out?
Yes.
I always
unless I'm trapped as the last person in.
Always get out of the elevator first. I get into the elevator first.
You really aren't aware of people around you.
No. I do this on purpose.
Okay.
This is not.
Oh,
I am being rude.
So now you're being rude as an asshole. Okay.
I am being rude. No, I'm not doing it as an asshole. I'm doing it as, to me, sensible.
Okay.
The elevator door has opened. We need to get out.
Yeah. I mean, if you're closest to the door, you should immediately
Well, I'm
leave.
always going to put myself closest to the door so I can get out first.
If you got out, you know, if you got in last, you get out first. But then if you're in the back, you obviously let everyone else out first. I can't stand
watching people slow themselves down.
Yes.
For each other. To me, when I go in and out of Wawa, because I go to Wawa almost every day,
yes.
Right? There's two doors. When you're going in, the doors open outward.
Yeah.
So when you're going out, the doors, when you're going in, you pull the door towards you. When you're going out, you push the door open, right? If I'm going into Wawa, I'm going to pull the door open, and I'll just sort of nudge it open for the next person. Like, I'll hold it open, and then they take over, and then I go through. I don't stand back and let a person walk through the door. Because then I'm wasting both of our time, right? Like, I've taken the time... Like, I've grabbed the handle, and I've walked backwards so that you can go in, and then I can go in. When if I had just held the door open and you took it from me, we both get through. Quick, you know? When I'm leaving, I push the door open, and then I just push the next door open.
Yeah.
I see all the time. What's funny is, what happens to me isn't usually that I fail to hold the door open, it's that someone holds it open for me and I don't go through it. Because I walk up to the door and I'm already in the mindset of I'm going to pull this door open, I'm going to go, you know? And someone else, what always happens is they'll pull one door and I go through the other one. Like, they'll start...
That's always the most awkward one.
Like, I'm always on the... Because I always come in on... Or I always go out on the right-hand side, you know? So, like, people will hold open the other door and I just push the one that's in front of me. It's faster. I'm wasting less of everyone's time by doing this, you know? But, like... It's hilarious because you'll see the person open the door and start to step back, and you're
totally
just like,
expects you've
just gone through.
or whatever.
You know? I'm just.
It's always
hauling
weird.
ass.
I hate when they have 2 doors.
Right.
Because it's gonna make it weird.
Because that's the thing. I haul ass.
Or
I don't
when
walk.
both people
I don't
open the
saunter
door.
into these places. I haul ass out. I get
Yes.
my sub and I fucking I'm like in a hurry, you know. So like when someone holds the door open, it's like dude, you're not opening that door fast enough, buddy. I've got this door that I can open at fucking light speed over here, you know. Like I did have an instance, and I also don't like look at people, you know, so I'm not like seeing if they're like waiting for me or something like that. But I had an instance where I walked in and I opened up, like, I was going into the store, I opened up the right door, you know, and I went in through both right doors. And there was a lady on the other side of the left door who came through, and she sarcastically said, "Thanks." Because she had expected me to open the door for her and hold it, and I hadn't. So she was just like, "Oh, thanks," you know. And I was just like, "You old bitch! Like, what makes you think that I have any obligation to open this fucking door for you?" You know. So that's how I feel about it. Next time on Digi Bros, we're gonna watch some epic shit happen with Midnight.
Oh, right.
Probably. And Zelda, she's... Oh my god, what's wrong with her?